This is funny at the same time. I didn't realize that they had chopped off my mother's hair till I saw the wig on the floor. And I was like, wait, this is the wig that she had on right now. There are times that I speak to the skies and be like, Ma, are you here? If you are here, just know. Please protect me wherever you are. Look out for me and make a space for me in heaven. And one day, if God wants me to be with you, we'll meet again. Hello. Welcome back to Aggie's Odyssey. Why do I always laugh at my intro? What's up, guys? How have you guys been? I hope everybody has been doing great and I hope everything is all right, I guess. But today's video, I'm feeling a lot more better to talk. I wanted to do a recap video about my Ghana trip and where I'm at right now. Because obviously, as you guys could see, this is not my regular home. So I'm at a hotel currently, but I have already left Ghana. But before I posted any video about like where I'm at and all the experience I'm having here, I felt like we need to talk about Ghana just a little tiny bit before I share my current situation right now. So, how was Ghana? Ghana, it's mixed feelings. Ghana was good and Ghana was bad. What do I mean by Ghana was good and Ghana was bad? Well, we all know that my last video was about losing my mom and how I had to go to Ghana for the funeral and all that stuff. So, in terms of bad, that's what I'm talking about. In terms of good, I'm talking about I was happy to see family or all the people that I haven't seen in a long time and the people like my cousins and stuff that I grew up with. And also like some of my cousins have kids now, so and actually majority of the people that I knew back at home, like all majority of them have kids. And literally one of my classmates when I was there, she also had a kid. So most people that I knew have a kid. So that was also very beautiful to see, like to see them and their babies and stuff like that. But Ghana. Where do I start? Ghana was very emotional for me, if I'm to be very, very accurate with how I was feeling. I was, I don't know the accurate way to put how I felt or how I was feeling, but we could say Ghana was very, very emotional. I literally wanted to pick up the camera, but I couldn't because I was so overwhelmed by emotions. But one if there was one thing that I did know before I went to Ghana, my biggest goal was to make peace with everything. And when I say everything, was to more of I had been through all the process of grief, right? The last part that I needed to witness to be able to deal with that part was acceptance. Acceptance. For me to be able to accept what had happened, I needed that evidence right in front of me to be able to let go. And I feel like being in Ghana, I got that. And it didn't really click to me about how much I could have, how much I had in me to be able to accept what had happened till I saw her lying there. And when they were about to close the coffin, they tell the kids, because there are some traditions that they have to do. They buy some of the African materials, so they call it you swine, ube swine, right? I don't know the English word for it, but it's like you're tearing it, but there is more traditional meaning behind that. And they put these materials on her, and you have to close the coffin. The leader of her family, the female leader of her family, have to close the coffin. And that right there was my acceptance. The moment that the woman closed the coffin right in front of me, it was one of the most hardest scene of my life that I had ever had to look at. Something that nobody had forced me to experience, but I felt like I needed that experience to be able to move forward. And that situation right there was so hard, because I knew the moment this coffin is closed, there is no coming back from this. But I also knew I needed to see that for myself to be able to accept everything that I've been told has happened, you know? And the moment she closed the coffin, I was like, wow, my mom is really gone. Like, she's gone forever. When I tell you if I tell you I did not cry, then I'm lying to you and I'm lying to myself. I cried, but the people around me helped a lot. When I say everybody was looking out for us, me and my brother, so the funeral starts on Friday, right? The main funeral was supposed to be on August 2nd, but August 1st is how the whole thing start, because you have to do wake keeping. Wake keeping is when they will bring in the body to the family home. They will dress the body there. So were we yeah, wake keeping starts there. So that Friday we went to my mother's family home, which was in a village. I won't say village, but I think it makes sense if I say village. And we went there Friday. We stayed there, I think Friday evening. We stayed there for a while, and they did some traditions and stuff, and they had told us that, oh, the body is here and they have not dressed it yet, and the kids cannot see the body if it's not dressed. And then Saturday morning we had to go to the village. We were there at 4, if I'm not lying. We were there around 5. If I'm not lying, we were, I think, yeah. It's not very accurate, but we were there around 5:30. We were there at around 5:30, and the whole thing started. And they did some tradition or whatever they were supposed to do in the morning. And the pastor have to go inside and pray and do all kinds of stuff. And after that, then they will be like, yeah, people are allowed to go see the body. Even that morning, because they have to bury the person before they do the main funeral in the afternoon. So in the morning, I mean, when I say the people where we grew up, which was Mampong Ashanti, they were very, very supportive. Everybody came in the morning. The people showed up. They show up, you know, and it was sad, because the moment they were like, you're allowed to see the body, I was like, yeah, so this is it. But I was scared to go look. I was so scared. I don't even know the right words to explain how scared I was. But eventually, I think around 10, no, it was not 10, around 9, because no, no, no. No, no. I think it was around 8 because they had to close the body by 9 and be buried by 10 or 11. But even that, we were behind. So we were one, we saw the body very late, right before they closed it. And I remember I was tearing up the whole morning whilst I was sitting there because knowing and all everybody that goes in there, they will be talking about her, they would be saying her name, they cry out loud, they are moving back and forth. So every time I hear that and see that, I'm crying too. But when I saw her with my two naked eyes lying there, and I was like, wow, I couldn't hold back. Honestly speaking, I just wanted to kneel down right next to her and just bawl my eyes out. But a part of me also knew that no matter how much I cry, no matter how much I would lay on the floor and roll over, no matter how much I would want to do anything, right? It won't bring her back. So I was crying, but I wasn't doing too much. And at that time I had already stepped into my way or road of accepting everything because I was like, at this point there is nothing. It would take a miracle for her to come back to life. So we cried, and then I think my biggest, and I think I've said this and I'll say it again, my biggest moment of me accepting that my mother is gone forever and ever is when they closed the coffin. That was the biggest moment. I mean, I had my friend, I had to when I said I had to hold this person, yeah, I literally had to like hold on so tight because it was just, and I had realized at that moment they were about to close the coffin that I was like, hold on, wait, the wig is gone. And I somebody had said, and I didn't pick it up till that moment, and I pick it up that they said that when you die and your hair is permed, right? When you die, it start to fall out. So they literally have to cut it. So I didn't realize until I saw that. This is sad, but this is funny at the same time. I didn't realize that they had chopped off my mother's hair till I saw the wig on the floor. And I was like, wait, this is the wig that she had on right now. How is that on the floor? And I look at the hair and I was like, hold on. I was crying, but I was like, I need to verify this very well. The wig, they took the wig off and my mother's real hair, they had shaved it. They said that she had braids, so they had chopped it. They didn't even take it off. They chop them off. I think I'm not sure, but the way the hair was shaved, you could tell that they cut them off and then they shaved it. But that's a fun fact, by the way. If you have your natural hair, it won't come off when you die. But if you don't have your natural hair and your hair is permed, apparently that's what happened. Or else it will literally come off your scalp with your skin. That's why they have to do that. Yeah, that's a good fun fact to know. But yeah, and that same morning, after they closed the coffin, they would sit there, they would do a couple of one, two, three, and then people would cry. Some of them, the drunk people, would come and dance and do all sorts of things. And we went down and it was time to bury her. But you have to know at that time, I had already accepted the reality of everything. And I was sad at the same time, but I wasn't, I don't know how to put it. I wasn't like holding on. I had already let go. So I was like, okay, that's cool. I've accepted everything. So we went, and I remember my auntie, who's also like a second mother to me, because my cousins are her, I her my cousin's mother is her. And she's known me. I've known her since I was very young, so I really consider her as a mother. And she called and she was like, "Are you okay? You sure you really want to go to the cemetery? You sure you're strong enough to witness that?" And I was like, "Yes." My reason for coming to Ghana was to receive all the emotions that it is there to receive, because I felt like that was the only one respect I could give to my mother. So I had to witness and feel every single bit of this, whether it's miserable, whether it feels like hell. I am an emotional person. I need to feel it to be able to accept it. If I don't feel it, if I don't get to it, if I don't, it's just, it won't work for me. So I have to make sure I'm feeling every inch of this. It's my way of respecting this woman for the last person who is my mother and very dear to my heart. May her soul rest in peace. So when we finally, they said her kids, if her kids brought flowers, let's put it on. They put it all on, and yeah, and then we had to leave and go back to where we where we came from to go change for afternoon funeral. So then the afternoon we buried her before we do the real funeral in the afternoon, and that was Saturday afternoon. And then Sunday afternoon we do last funeral. And then yeah, Monday, the family will sit down and they will say they'll go up over if they made money to cover all the expenses they use for the funeral. And by God's grace, they make money to cover everything. And there was no debt, instead profit. So that was good. Overall, they say no matter what happened in everything, and my mother used to say this a lot, in everything, whether good or bad, you always have to give thanks to God. And I believe that 100% because even though what has happened is bad, there are some good things in that, or there are things that I've realized in life, and there are things that I've learned, lessons that I've learned, things that I've been able to lay low and just look at and pay attention to, that I've learned so much from life just with this experience. This experience has been a turning point in my life that I wouldn't know what else could have made me learn all these things through, except for this kind of experience. So again, in all of this, I could only give thanks to God, and that's it. I thank the universe for whatever that it gives me, whatever that it chooses to come in my way, because I feel like it all happens for a reason. There is always a lesson in every situation. It depends on how you want to look at it. And unfortunately, differently, I look at it a certain way. It's hard, but I say it's not hard for God. And I feel like He knows I'm able to handle it. That's why He brought it to my way, right? And my story is not the worst story of me. Other people have, when you think, people say all the time, you think you have a terrible situation till you hear another person's story. Okay, so I I'm always willing to look at the bright side, even though sometimes it may be hard. I'm always willing to look at the bright side. But let's move away from that, because I've moved forward from it. There are times that I speak to the skies and be like, "Ma, are you here? If you are here, just know, please protect me wherever you are. Look out for me and make a space for me in heaven. And one day, God, if God wants me to be with you, we will meet again. But till then, I'm going to continue to live my life and be a good person as much as I can and move forward with life with me, my siblings, and everybody, my dad, the family, whatever it is." But currently, let's talk about currently. Currently, I am in Thailand. Yeah. And right now I'm in Chiang Mai, Thailand. In a couple of days I'll be going to Bangkok, but I'm in Chiang Mai. Why Chiang Mai or why Thailand? Well, when I came here and I knew I was going to be making videos about my experience in Thailand, I was like, you guys don't know. You guys do not know about me at all. And I know that there was not a lot of opportunities for me to even talk about the fact that I love Thailand. I've never been here, but it's a country that I've admired from a distance for so long, to the point that I started learning Thai language. I eat Thai food. I love Thailand. But I feel like you guys should know, because it wouldn't make sense for me to say, oh, I'm going to Ghana, and then you see a video and I'm in Thailand, you know? So I felt like I needed to share that before I even post, because I've made some videos, but I'm only doing this because I felt like, well, before that, I wanted to make a video, but I was sick, and in my videos you will be able to tell that I was under the weather in my voice. So I was like, okay, when I get better, I'll make a video and tell you guys where I'm at before I post those old videos that I've already made. Because I've been here 3 days already, I think. Yeah, 3 days already. No, today's Monday. I got here on Saturday. Yeah, 3 days already. So I felt like this needed to be posted before those videos. That's why I wanted to share that I'm in Thailand. I watch Thai series, Thai dramas, Thai lacons, everything. So yeah, and my Thai name is Wasana, by the way. That name I got in Virginia. The family that I buy food from, they gave me Wasana. It means like when something good happens in your way. That's what my name means. So yeah. So I'm excited to be in Thailand, by the way, because after my mother's funeral, I felt like if I had go back to America, I would have drowned myself in work and stuff like that. And I did not want to do that. I wanted to be in a place where I knew I would be happy to be at. And I was like, well, what? This is an opportunity for me to take myself to Thailand and immerse myself in a culture and just have a breeze of something else, you know? And by the way, since I've been here, everything has been great. I've met nice people. Well, I almost got scammed, by the way, but I did not, which you see in my other videos. But so far, so good. I've been having amazing fun, and I hope y'all enjoy all the videos that I'll post later. But yeah, I really wanted to share this little update with y'all before. So yeah, this is it. And I'll see you guys in my next videos. I hope y'all have a great. It's late here, and I know it's not in America. I know that America it's around like 12:01 p.m. So, but it's very very late here. So, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.